The key to becoming a good piano player is all about developing proper fingering habits. And the reason I say proper fingering habits is because you can develop some bad habits on the piano. And if you've been playing that way for a while, those old habits become harder and harder to break. So it's important to get it right from the start. Good fingering and proper hand position will ensure that you have a smooth transition from one note to the next, and gives you the right leverage and control to play soft, loud, fast, or slowly. Now say for instance that I want to start playing notes starting from middle C, and I want to end up to around the next highest C, or a little bit beyond that. Well, by the time I reach my little finger, I'm already out of fingers, but I still have these 3 notes to play. So what I do is, before I reach my number 5 finger, I'll duck under with my thumb, and once I've played my thumb, now I have 4 other fingers to continue playing. So I can reach C, and even a little bit beyond that. And then if I choose to come back down again, the same holds true. Once I reach my thumb, I'll reach over my thumb with either my 2, 3, or 4 finger. In this case, I'll choose my 4 finger. And then I'll have 3 other fingers to make my way back down to middle C again. Now if I choose again to play a little further down, I can come over again with my 4th finger and make my way down. Okay, now say from this position, I want to go back up to where I was at higher C again. Well, if I didn't know how to use good fingering, then I'd probably have to jump 3 times to make it up there, and would sound pretty lousy. Jump, jump. As you can tell, there's nothing smooth about playing a sequence of notes like that. But when I have good fingering, it becomes seamless. And you'll soon see, just after a short while of playing piano and practicing good fingering methods, you'll really start to develop a feel for the keyboard, and you'll be able to whiz up and down it in lightning speed. Now in order to play like that, we've got to start at the beginning with the basics. Assuming you've never played a single note on the piano before, I'm going to show you the first 5 notes you should ever learn on the piano, and I'm going to show you how to play them in 2 different variations. First, let's get back in our middle C hand position again with our thumb resting on middle C. Remember, our fingers are curved and the tips of our fingers are touching the keys. Our wrist is up, and remember that our fingers are numbered 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So with that in mind, we're going to play a 5-note finger pattern with that sequence of numbers, and we're going to play it both forward and backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, as you play this sequence of notes, try to play them as steadily and evenly as you can. The timing should be equal for each note you play. And make sure you're lifting each finger up before you press the next finger down. Your hand position should stay the same as you play all 5 notes. Notice how I don't change the position or shape of my hand as I play. That's because it's not my hand that's playing the piano here. All the action is in my fingers. And lastly, make sure that you're playing all the notes with the same volume level for each note. That means you need to control the actual force you're using as you press down on the piano keys. Now when you feel you've gotten the hang of this simple yet important exercise, and you're quite confident you have control over the keys and your playing is smooth, speed it up a bit. once you've played it at that speed for a while and you feel you've gotten the hang of that, speed it up again. Incidentally, when we play a sequence of notes like this in a consistent, even pace, with one note coming after the other with no noticeable pause in between them, this fingering style is known as legato in music theory. But now, we're going to play a slightly different variation of this exercise that will really force you to get your fingers working independently.